Hello, hello, hello. Can you listen to me? Are you listening to me? Hello? Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. I've had some trouble. Yay! Finally. Good, good. Let's make the most of the 30, 40 minutes that we have left. I'm so sorry to have this delay. My bad. Some, this technological issues. But I'm sure that we prefer this interaction compared to what we have done in the Teams. Okay. Thank you so much for answering. Now we can start. Let us do a recap of what we've been doing in the last class. Okay, super fast. Number one, purchase volume in a business situation. We had larger and smaller in the consumer markets. Okay, you have this. I'm sure you can check in your notebooks and let me know if I'm going too fast. I just need to run. I prepared a very good lesson for today, so I'm gonna try to finish it. So we had a huge purchase in a business situation, small purchase in a consumer situation. Even though we have fewer customers in a business, B2B, but these B2B fewer customers will buy in larger quantities. That's a difference compared to the consumer markets with many customers, but they buy in smaller quantities. Okay. Number three, the location of buyers. Geographically concentrated versus geographically dispersed. Were you all present last class? Is there someone that I'm like that I'm making this super fast to? Is this correct? Yes? You just let me know. Then we have the distribution structure. More direct in the business situation. B2B, of course, business to business. If there's a purchase, then that's direct. Indirect in the consumer situation where we have business, 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 consumer. In order to get from here to here, then that's more indirect. Then we have the nature of buying. The nature of buying is for a more professional use in case of a business B2B. And the nature of buying for consumers, of course, more personal. In the business B2B, we have multiple buying influence. That means someone is not deciding just by themselves. There's a huge structure of people that are deciding to buy something. It's called the business buying center. Usually that's called in English. In Spanish, we will call it Departamento de Compras, right? But in the Departamento de Compras, there's a relationship between many people, not only this department, but the boss, the person who calls out that wants to buy something in the business. So we might have 5, 6, 7, 10 people involved in buying a specific item. And of course, the influence in the B2C, then it's just single. Next one, type of negotiations. We had more complex negotiations in B2B, simpler in B2C. More complex, why? Because we can define what to buy, where to buy from, how we're gonna pay, what colors our items are gonna be, when is the due date. All those things we can negotiate in a B2B situation, but not in a B2C. We just have super simple negotiations. How much is that? Okay, can you make it cheaper? No, okay, and that's it, right? If we can negotiate price. Sometimes we can't even do that. Use of reciprocity. The use of reciprocity, I think this was the last one that we did, right? In class? Am I crazy? Or I think it was this one, the last one that we complete. The use of reciprocity happens when we can buy something from another business and that business has to do that same thing from me, okay? That is reciprocity. Just like in a relationship, there is in Spanish reciprocidad, okay? That would be reciprocity where I'm obliged to, or it's not an obligation, but it's like a good relationship between two businesses that we can buy from each other. There's no use of reciprocity if I'm a consumer with a business. Imagine me saying to Mr. Viersi in the supermarket, I'm gonna buy something from you, but you better buy that from, like, there's no way we can negotiate those things of reciprocity with a business, B2C situation, okay? The next one, and number 9, and you can continue copying and doing these beautiful drawings that I'm sure you did super beautiful. Use of leasing. What is leasing? I put that image of rent, that icon of a rent, because leasing is sort of like renting. When we lease something, it's if we are in a consumer situation, I can't even think of situations where we lease things in the consumer market. Could be when we install the service of internet in our house. We have Tigo, for example, and they bring the router and they give you a little thingy like that. They are leasing that to you. It's sort of like includes in the service. There's a cost for it, but they give it to you, and you don't have to pay for it extra. You just use it whenever you have the service with them, and then as soon as you finish, then you can give it back. That could be something. When you were little, could it be when you were little? Yes, when you were little. No, when you were babies. Or before you were born. Businesses did this with cell phones. I don't know if your parents told you someday, but usually we could go to Tigo and pay. There was a service called Comodato. Comodato. So you had a cell phone that didn't belong to you, it belonged to Tigo, so you leased them. Okay? But usually this happens in the business world. How? Because we are renting things or leasing things that we can't afford as a business. Imagine the construction industry. There are huge cranes. Do you know what cranes are? Gruas. So when you have to build something, you're not going to spend like thousands or millions of dollars into buying one crane to build one building. Maybe you're going to lease it from a business that owns these cranes, and they lease it to other businesses that are going to construct something. Okay? And the last concept was primary promotional method. And the primary promotional method, oops, the word is missing. In a business situation, you better copy this, is personal selling. Okay? Personal selling in a B2B. And B2C would be advertising. Okay. Of course, when we buy some things, we're always influenced by advertising in the mass media or in the social media. And in a B2B situation, imagine we have to buy in huge quantities. It will be way better for us to present ourselves in a personal way, so that we can close the deals with the businesses. Okay. So did you finish? Did you finish copying? I'm sure you did. You were super fast. Yes? Do I have any questions? Something you want to clarify about this? I think we understood it all. Yes? Crystal clear, so we can move to our today's topic. Yes, yes. Am I speaking by myself? Crystal clear, yes? Okay, perfect. So what I wanted to share with you this afternoon is the different types of besides this, you will have in the presentation this content that is like the snap of your book, so you can read it afterwards if you want. But today we're going to share about business products. And there are 7 types of business products, major categories of business products. And what I did is, besides giving you the definition of each that I want you to copy, maybe put today's date. Today's the 23rd of April. Maybe you can start a new lesson. That will be business products. You can copy like it appears in the screen. So what I did for today is I created some examples that we could connect the content with a Google situation. Okay, so let us put ourselves in Google's shoes, and we will see some things that Google buys or Google sells in order to relate with other businesses. Okay. So, are you ready to start? Did you copy? Yes, yes. Okay, so B2B market, buy and sell business products. Business market, buy and sell business products, which generally fall into one of the following 7 categories. Okay, so let me just give you the definition and then the Google example for each of the 7. Number 1, let us copy. Major equipment. Number 1 is major equipment. Capital goods such as large or expensive machines. Capital goods such as large or expensive machines, generators, airplanes and buildings. Now I'm reading the chat. Oh, it's good to have you, Lian and Bruno. I thought you were... No, who was it? Bruno, was it? Yeah, Bruno and Liam, that I wrote down that you... Did the lights came back at your place? Well, the power, not the lights. The lights are important, but the power is more important. Okay. Good to have you here. So major equipment, let me give you some examples. Just like we read there in the definition. We can have this huge machinery. I don't even know what it is, but it looks like a crane. It looks like it's in the ocean or a huge river. I think it's the ocean. But this is, of course, something that you wouldn't afford to do or relate to if you're a consumer. Just a business, B2B. Then we have these huge generators, the power generators. These are big machineries. Airplanes, like the example said, and down to earth, with some example of Google, I included this slide where Google, it says major equipment, Google buys major servers equipment. Okay, this major equipment is a huge server. It actually has, I don't know how many kilometers square. Have you ever seen a video of that? It's crazy. There are 360 degrees videos, super full, like you would say, where you can go and visit the places in Google. They have cooling services with water, and it's crazy. But this is a major equipment that supports the world's connection and the world's interaction with the Google engine, search engine. Okay, so this is number 1, major equipment. Lian, you saw it, right? It's super amazing. Oh no, Lian, you're answering now that you're back. I think that you weren't back. I think that you were relaxed somewhere else. Are you here? Are you with us? Good. Number 2, accessory equipment. Accessory equipment includes goods such as, and please copy, accessory equipment, goods such as portable tools, and office equipment. Portable tools and office equipment that are less expensive and shorter lived than major equipment. Let me see. How could it be? Joaquin Acuña. Can you tell me an example of an accessory equipment before I show you the image? Joaquin Acuña. And if he can't, then I want Mr. Machado to answer. That are less expensive and shorter lived than major equipment. Let me see. I want to listen to an example. Can you think of accessory equipment compared to the definition that appears here? Okay, good. Who is this? Rat IRRL. Introduce yourself. I think the only one that had this weird nickname was. Is it you, Mr.? Oh, that's Machado? Really? I had another username of you that had the. Okay. Good. There was another one that. Oh, now I see. IRL. Good. Very good. Computers. Perfect. That's good. Oh my goodness. That's super smart, Machado. I can see that. What happened? Well, Coti, yes. Computers, that's correct. Very good. Let me show you some images. That's the very first. Very good. Number 2, we have these portable tools. Like we said, this is a drill. This could be, of course, the same type. And here we see the example in very good, Lua. Yes, yes. Phones, they could be too. So accessory equipment. Google offices are filled with accessories they buy for their workers. For example, notebooks, mouses, desks, etc. Okay, they could be accessory equipment. Number 3, raw materials. You know what raw materials are? But they are unprocessed, extractive, or agricultural products. Unprocessed, extractive, or agricultural products such as wheat, corn, or agricultural products such as wheat, corn, fruits, vegetables, and fish. Wheat, corn, fruits, vegetables, and fish. Of course, the raw materials that come to your mind, I'm sure that they are the same as to my mind. Fruits, just like the example said, or the definition explained. We can have fruits, we can have, these would be logs, right? The wood logs of the trees. Yes, Raúl, that's the literal translation in Spanish, is materia prima. And the most important thing is that the raw materials are not processed. Okay, fish, this, okay, we have the, good. So the raw materials, Google buys fruits and vegetables for their more than 200,000 meals offered in their cafeterias at its headquarters. In their offices, you know, I'm sure you have seen these images of these super cool offices that Google has. It's, oh my goodness. I don't think so. I really don't think Mr. Chami is related to anything that you're mentioning, Raúl Verón. So fruits and vegetables, we can see them, of course, in the cafeteria for the meals. This is number 4. Component parts. Component parts. Either finished items ready for assembly, either finished items ready for assembly, or products that need very little processing, or products that need very little processing. Very little processing before becoming part of some other product. Before becoming part of some other product. Cool. So, can I pass? Yes. Component parts. So we can have many components that are part of the computers that we have, or the electricity, the power we have in the office. This is a component part of the wheels are part of the vehicles. And the example of Google would be, component parts could be Google sells these Google Glass component parts in an attempt to fix your glass in case it falls and breaks. Okay, I wanted to think of many ways. Well, it could be, you know, the Google Chromecast, maybe they have something to fix them too. These are all component parts. They can sell them or they can buy in order to create these new products. Okay, ready? Number 5, process materials. Process materials. And they are used directly in manufacturing other products. Used directly in manufacturing other products. Good? Some process materials, if we process a raw material, we could get a process material. So as you see here, remember the other image? We had a normal wood log that would be just us chopping the tree in 2 or 3 parts. But this would be a totally processed material. Okay, different than the wood logs. Plastic, other processed materials. Chemicals, processed materials. What can we do in a Google situation? An example could be Google buys many colorful fabrics to build their seats, couches, and pillows. You know, they have, so this could be something. They don't buy cotton, they don't buy, I don't know, wool, they buy the fabric that is a processed material. Number 6, supplies, and we will finish right on time. Supplies, I'm super going fast. Supplies. Consumable items that do not become part of the final product. That is the definition. These are consumable items that don't or that do not become part of the final product. Consumable items that do not become part of the final product. Good. So in the supplies, we always have, and we can think of school supplies, right? These things we can buy in a bookstore that will help us to do the day-to-day activities in the business, or these type of supplies. So just like that, we can find that in Google. Google buys paper towels, mops, gloves, dusters, floor waxes, and other cleaning supplies to make sure the office is clean. Okay, this is super obvious, we know this. And the last one, business services. Business services, this is number 7. Business services, they often retain outside providers. Often retain outside providers to perform, and these are all services, to perform advertising, that's a service, ads, legal, consulting, maintenance. Look how it's spelled, maintenance. Sorry. Maintenance and other services. It feels like every time we cough, we feel super bad right now. And other services. Finished? Can I give you an example? Okay. So, business services, we can think of, okay, we have, just like the definition said, we can have consulting, marketing services are usually hired by people who do financial services or analysis or marketing research. Anything that we could do, maybe we can hire another firm to do it or another independent worker. If it's an independent worker, it's still B2B relationship. And an example of Google would be the services that they provide to us. So Google offers subscription services like the G Suite to improve businesses and Google Classroom services to improve schools. Here we have 2 B2B situations where we have one for businesses and another one for schools and universities. So the next class, we're gonna have some time to discuss about the way we buy or the decisions we make with other businesses. I want you to position yourself in a business shoes, okay? Just like we're doing and we've been doing in the past 2 classes, or one, yes, 2 classes already. I'm gonna explain how purchases are done in businesses, what are the people, who are the people involved, and what are the business scenarios that can make us buy things. It's a fun thing that we can do. We can interact a bit, and we will do it through some questionnaires. So I'm gonna try you to avoid copying. Okay, next class you will have that. Do you have any questions? No. I would like you to upload into the tarea section what you just copied. I'm gonna upload the link so you can upload your work. I'm not sure if it's already uploaded, but you will have the link. If it's not there already, I'm gonna upload it in a minute. So you can take a picture of your marketing notebook and share it with us. Good. Okay. Good. My kind regards to you guys. I appreciate a lot that you were here. I am super sorry for the delays we had, but I hope you got to refresh all this this new content that I'm sure it's not that new because there are some things that we already knew. I mean, we knew the concept of raw materials, like Mr. Raúl Verón said, but these are things that could help us diverse. if you're involved in a business, or maybe your parents, remember I started the conversation today saying you should start a dialogue with your families. I think that you might be of great influence if you could talk to them, and give them options of something that they could do different in this time. Through crisis, sometimes we have to change the way we work, or change the offers we do, or the services we sell. Maybe we can diverse into new products that we never thought of. So these are 7 options of 7 type of or categories of products that you could offer if you're in a business and to sell to other businesses. Time's up. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. Please upload the picture of what you just copied too, so I can have a record of everything we do in class. And I hope to see you very soon. Okay? May you have a very good rest of the day. May you rest too, and have a very good week and weekend from tomorrow and on. So see you. Happy to have you here. Bye bye, bye bye. See you, see you.